What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tim Sports Talk. And today we're talking about the Buffalo Bills versus the Washington football team and the recap of it. And honestly, you know, I've usually started out with the good, and I mean, you know, there's a couple plays here or there. There's every game, there's a couple plays. Like the Antonio Gibson 73-yard touchdown run was fun. Taylor Heineke diving for the end zone again, trying to make a comeback. Dustin Hopkins did a crazy kickoff where he kicked it super high and ended up bouncing it around the 10 and bouncing backwards right to Khaleke Hudson, who then he had it. Then it popped in the air, and Dustin Hopkins recovered his own kick way downfield. That was a lot of fun. But honestly, there was like nothing else here that you would look at and be like, you were happy about. I mean, Antonio Gibson, 12 carries, 31 yards, 2.6 yards a carry. And a lot of those came later in the game where they weren't even loading the box anymore. They're just trying to cover downfield. Terry McLaurin, he's still solid. Logan Thomas had a nice catch for a touchdown, but that game was already way done. It was like 36-14, so the game was pretty much over. It may have even been 43-16, to be honest. So it was just bad. Terry McLaurin got double covered all day. He couldn't hit any separation, and nobody else helped out Taylor Heineke. Heineke was running for his life most of the game. Not necessarily even because the offensive line was bad. The offensive line, I think, played okay if you look at it, like objectively, but he just had nowhere to throw it to. You could constantly see him like pump fake, pump fake, pump fake, and he just had nowhere to go with the football. He had to make moves outside the pocket and did what he could. Unfortunately, he did throw 2 interceptions. One of them was really bad. He stood in the pocket, and you could tell that his height was a problem, right? He couldn't see over the line of scrimmage, but yet there's a line of the offensive linemen, and he stood in there, tried to force it to Terry McLaurin, undercut, I believe, by Johnson for them, made the play. Micah Hyde, I think, got the other interception, so it was just not good enough. Yeah, it was Poyer. Excuse me, I thought it was Johnson that got it, but no, excuse me. Jordan Poyer got the first interception, then Micah Hyde got the second. It wasn't the best day for Heineke, but it was hardly his fault. The defense, you know what, and I'm going to take this before I go into the defense, take this time to say, Buffalo Bills played a really, really good game. I mean, Josh Allen was phenomenal. 32 for 43. The offensive line really stifled our defensive line. He was a baller, and good for him. You know, he was an MVP candidate last year for a reason. I know he's been a little slow. Slow to start the first 2 games, but still, it's Pittsburgh who has a top-tier defense. Miami actually has some good defensive pieces down there as well. Well coached with Brian Flores. So he had a bad completion percentage. He didn't have the greatest year going, but he really got on target this game. 32 for 43, 358, 4 touchdowns, as well as 4 carries, 9 yards, and a touchdown in the red zone. Good for them. You know, Cole Beasley was an awesome slot receiver. He did his thing, 11 catches, 98 yards. Stephon Diggs didn't even really need to do much because they were just killing us every other which way. Zach Moss, 13 carries, 60 yards on 4.6 yards a carry. He did well. It was just a really good game all around. The secondary for the Buffalo Bills was phenomenal. As I said, we had like no one to throw it to all game long. They were phenomenal. Good for them. And they do have a great secondary. Of course, everybody knows Tre'Davious White, the cornerback. They have Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, one of the better duo safeties in the league. And they played like it. They played absolutely stellar throughout the entire game. All right, now to Washington. This defense, man. This defense was supposed to be a top 3 defense in the league. I said before the year we had the best defensive line in football. Holy crap, was I wrong. Chase Young is a one-trick pony. It's done. The conversation's over. Okay? All he can do is stutter step, and he chooses a direction, and he tries to bull rush you the whole way. That's all he's got. There's no spin move. There's no real good hand movement or like hand work or anything like that. There's really nothing going on secondary for Chase Young. It sucks. It's terrible. I like Chase. Chase is awesome as a dude. I like that he was going to be our face of the franchise. I like everything about Chase except he has been getting stifled. He has 0 sacks in the first 3 games. 0. And he's not even getting that much pressure. That's the other crazy thing. And he just kept leaving windows open for him all day, him being Josh Allen. He went upfield, Josh Allen was able to step around him. He went inside, Josh Allen was able to run around. Like, he was like just absolutely leaving gaping wide open holes for Josh Allen to make a play. Like, there wasn't any, like, fake upside, spin back inside, and then tackle him for a sack. We've seen that all the time with other people, Max Crosby, whether it's Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, blah, blah, blah. Like, they fake upfield, and all of a sudden the quarterback steps in, you spin back around, and you hit him in the pocket. It's not unheard of. And if at his talent level, number 2 pick overall, can I see one? Maybe 2 of those? And, like, I know Josh Allen only had 4 carries, 9 yards. These weren't necessarily runs, but he just was able to move into the pocket, basically uncontested, and throw a touchdown. And I'm picking on Chase because he's the number 2 overall pick. Montez Sweat wasn't good. We had 0 sacks. Josh Allen wasn't good. I think Deron Payne was the only one that I was like seeing get some sort of pressure on the quarterback up the middle. But even then, Josh Allen just had to make a quick, easy step over, and then he had plenty of time after he had got the initial rush avoided from Deron Payne, right? It was a terrible, terrible showing from this defense. John Bostic, I can't believe Ron Rivera had the gall to defend John Bostic as if we all don't see this. Do you think we're that stupid, Ron? Do you think we're that stupid to think that John Bostic is actually good and not deserving of criticism? The dude is out of position all the time. If he has the zone in the middle of the field, he constantly bites on the short routes, leaving the middle of the field wide open. We've seen this every single game so far. And last year he was trash. He couldn't cover anybody. Why is he on the field on 3rd and 15 instead of Jamin Davis, the first-round pick you drafted that could supposedly cover tight ends? Because he did so well against Kyle Pitts in college. Why is he not on the field with Cole Holcomb? And granted, nobody played well. All right, we can talk about personnel changes, and I'm really picking on John Bostic right now, but nobody played well. So it's not like one change here or there would have made the difference. But my point is we know, it is a known fact that John Bostic can't cover. He is a 45 PFF for a reason. I'm sure it's going to go down after this performance. The guy sucks. And you play him like 75% of the time, and he's always out there on the field on 3rd down. Jamin Davis came in the game, and he's the one that got the tackle for a 1-yard gain that stopped him on 4th down. Why is John Bostic in the game at all? But as I said, the whole defense was bad, but the secondary was arguably the worst part about the whole thing, and I've already talked about how bad the rest of it was. Kendall Fuller is a problem in a bad way. Kendall Fuller can't cover anybody. I don't care if he's playing Gabe Davis. I don't care if he's playing Cole Beasley. I don't care if he's playing Stephon Diggs. I don't care if who he is playing out there. He couldn't cover anybody. Anybody. There was one play in particular that it was mind-boggling. Emmanuel Sanders on this play. Literally, Deron Payne was right there for the sack. One of the few times we got pressure. But Josh Allen was able to throw it over top of Kendall Fuller's head. First down, Emmanuel Sanders. And what makes this play so mind-bogglingly just wants to pull your hair out bad? He had a 7-8 yard cushion at hike. It wasn't even a double move. He just stood there and watched as he just ran by him. Just ran right by him. That being Emmanuel Sanders running right by Kendall Fuller. Like, it was like his feet were stuck in mud. I'm like, are you going to move? Like, seriously, he basically didn't leave his feet position from when the ball was hiked to where he ran around him, and then he starts chasing him. He doesn't have the makeup speed for that. Jack Del Rio. I liked Jack Del Rio. I thought he was a good defensive coordinator. I thought we played well last year against a lot of good defenses. I thought that we were an interesting team. And I thought Jack Del Rio, he's had 2 number 2 defenses overall in the past. The guy knew defense. Right? You take it back with the Raiders when he was defensive coordinator with Khalil Mack. I think he was the defensive coordinator with Von Miller. Jacksonville was always a solid defensive team back in the day when he was the head coach. The guy supposed to know defense. It's 3rd and 3. All the corners are playing not 3 yards. I wish it was 3 yards. All the corners are playing 7-8 yards off the ball. And then he puts Chase Young in coverage on top of that, so we don't even get any pressure Not that Chase Young was getting pressure anyway, but easy completion right to Chase Young because there's nobody guarding the tight end at the line of scrimmage. Easy. I mean, the refs were horrible this game, okay? The refs were atrocious. Atrocious. Taylor Heineke diving for the first down. He gave himself up. He dove! And his knee was down before the first down marker. I don't care. He never got touched. Let's see. The bogus first drive of the game, J.D. McKissick, pick play. He never touched Tre'Davious White. He never touched him. Go back and watch the replay. Tre'Davious White was never touched. There was no pick play. Never touched by J.D. McKissick. But yet, Stephon Diggs, he freaking hits the dude and nothing. It was on that fourth down play. Luckily, we got the tackle. But, Jamin Davis Stephon Diggs didn't touch him, but he still got in his way, just like J.D. McKissick did. Did the same exact thing, but didn't touch him. No call the other way. Bad. There was other calls, too, that you could go through. The freaking pass interference call against Stephon Diggs. First of all, the ball was uncatchable. It was thrown way over everybody's head. Uncatchable ball. Secondly, Stephon Diggs literally took both hands and threw Will Jackson to the ground. At the very least, it should be 2 penalties on the play, canceled. Instead, no, it's an automatic first down. Terrible. So that's but the refs were hardly the problem, okay? I just complained about them just because I want to get that out there. Refs were hardly the problem. We played like dog crap. And then, what everybody hates, Scott Turner's play calling, okay? Scott Turner is a questionable play caller at best. But there was one thing in particular, just to kind of articulate what I'm talking about. We had a 1st and 10. And we ran the ball up the middle for 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Awesome. Nothing wrong with that. You get ahead of the chains. If you got 4 yards every single play, it's first down, right? 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2, first down. And you can just repeat. It's awesome. If you get that every single play, that's awesome. But what does he do in the next play? And granted, we're down by 10 or 13 at this point, so we're not completely out, but we need to continue. We need to get points on the board. What does he do? He runs a reverse with De'Ami Brown, which means that De'Ami Brown doesn't get the ball in his hands until -7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And then Micah Hyde's right there, and he gets him a 4-yard loss. So now we're back to a 3rd and 10. Why would you put yourself in a situation where you could, all that yardage that you just gained to get ahead of the downs gets absolutely eliminated? Now you're in 3rd and 10. You can't call that play in that situation. You have to continue to move forward. Short, quick passes. Taylor Heineke's good at those. Let Taylor Heineke get out of the pocket. Taylor Heineke wasn't getting out of the pocket nearly enough because of the play calling. Right? There was hardly any boots. You finally saw one later in the game when the game was over, but it's like, get him out of the line of scrimmage. He's too short to be standing in the line of scrimmage or standing in the pocket with all these trees around him. He's only 6 foot. But anyway, so that was bad play calling. But anyway, so then we get a -4-yard loss. Now it's 3rd and 10, and of course we don't get to complete the first down. What were we? 2 for 9 on first down? 2 for 11 on 3rd down efficiency. Of course, the defense gave up 9 for 15 again on third down efficiency, of course. We again got killed in the time of possession game, 35.5 to 24.5. We had the same amount of penalties, but, I mean, whatever. Like, this game was terrible. Terrible. We just got worked, especially defensively. And, again, all credit to the Bills. They played great. I think we could have done stuff better. I still don't know, even if we corrected some of these things, would we have beat the Bills? The Bills are a really good football team. Would we have beat the Bills? Maybe. But Logan Thomas fumbling the football really hurt on the second drive. They just scored. They just scored 7-0, and we get the ball. No, we just stopped them on the 4th down. Excuse me. We just stopped them on the 4th down for downs. We get the ball at around like the 35-yard line, good field position. We just got to stop. Momentum's turning, and then Logan Thomas fumbles the football. And you just can't do that, man. As I said, in our 5 keys to victory, you had to hold on to the football. You couldn't give them opportunities, and we turned it over 3 or 4 times today. Like, not nearly good enough, right? Not nearly good enough. So, yeah, it was just a bad day. Like, it's really sad when the MVP of your team is arguably Dustin Hopkins. Because Dustin Hopkins, I already talked about, he got that thing back. He did go, I think, 3 for 3 on extra points. Cool. Like, that, he was probably your best player. all day. Tressway, of course, is a beast too. So your best players are your punter and your kicker. When's the last time somebody won the game when your punter and your kicker were your two best players? Zero people? Zero people probably? Why can't I pause that? Anyway. All right, I don't know if I missed something. I'm sure I did. You can let me know in the comments below. I mean, it's just a bad day. But, hey, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also in the description below, there's a Discord link. Hop in our Discord and come talk some football with us. And last but not least, there are donation links in the description below. If you feel so kind, you can donate to the channel. Washington falls to the Bills 43-21. And I'm going to be posting every game, like a list of 4 or 5 players. If you guys want me to, kind of go through and really watch the film on those, vote on those, and that will let me know who do you want to do, because it takes a lot of time to do these things. But I do want to do a couple of them at least for you. But yeah, we'll be back tonight for Sunday Night Football. We'll do the play-by-play for San Francisco versus the Packers. Also, tomorrow night, we'll be doing the Cowboys versus Eagles. And have some fun, man. But hey, it was fun. Sad day to lose. Always sad to lose. But until next time, see ya!